Hi guys, welcome to the Craig YouTube page. First of all, thank you very much for coming by our booth at Conexpo for 2014. I hope you had a great show. I know we did. And one of the things we talked about were our puzzles. These were our giveaways. Made them right here in our shop in New Brunswick, Canada. I know they were a pretty big success because we were all sold out of them, as it were, on Friday morning. And as you might have known, we had our instructions that gave you how you're supposed to solve the puzzle, but we didn't tell you how to solve the puzzle. So we promised that we would do the solution for you today on Friday. So I'm Jeff Kimball. I'm in marketing at Craig Manufacturing, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So the first thing you need to do when you get your puzzle out is to get it straightened around. And what I mean by that is you want to make sure that all of your chains are running straight and that they're not crisscrossed. You want them running parallel the whole way down. I tend to do this on a table because it makes it easier and keeps the chain from binding on itself. So we get these all squared away and we get the chains so that they're parallel to each other and we're ready to go. So the one thing you'll notice, and I'll show it on this little GoPro, is that every one of these puzzles, there's a running loop off of the washer that has the Craig logo on it. This is really the trick to the whole puzzle. What you want to do is, once you've got your chains all straightened out and everything's kind of ready to go, is you're going to take that loop and you're going to pull it down. So as you're pulling the running loop down, you have to pass it through the big nut. The big nut's really just here to get in your way. So once you pull it through, you're going to get it down so that you have enough slack in that loop that you can now get it around your nut and bolt. You're going to know you have it around your bolt or nut correctly because you're going to end up with two sets of parallel chains. So when I pass this, in this case I'm going to pass it over the bolt, and then I start to pull that back, I'll see that these two, and I'll show this in the GoPro, are separate from these two. And so these two pieces are the ones that are on the outside that are going through the bottom of the bolt and the bottom of the nut. And this is my running loop. So now when I pull this up, it's going to be separate. If this is all tangled up, it just means that you passed your loop through on the wrong side. So just play with it and you can pass your loop from the other side, maybe the nut side, or even pass it under the bolt rather than over the bolt. When you have it right, you'll notice because you'll have your two separate loops. So now you'll see that I'm basically pulling the running loop that I just created by passing it through the bolt and nut back up through the washer. All we're really doing here is we're flipping the running loop from one side to the other, and that's going to change the relation of the bolt and nut so that they can then thread together. So we'll pull this up, pull it up, pull it up. Now it goes through our big washer, and it's chained, so it gets bound a little bit, so you got to give it a bit of a jiggle. Jiggle, 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 and you'll see that my running loop is still here. It's coming, and we'll keep jiggling it until we get it all the way back down to our big nut so we can pass it through. So we'll lay this back down on the table. We'll just clean this up so it's easy to see. And now we see that our running loop is now here. Here's where our two chains are coming together. And now these are going to pass through our big nut, or even easier, I can just slide the big nut up out of the way. And now I see that my running loop is right here, and all that's done now to solve the puzzle is to pull whichever side, and I just kind of look at it, needs to come out so that I release my loop. So you'll see I've actually managed to get a kink in here. I've gone around and made a knot, so I just need to change my bolt and nut to the other side before they'll let loose. So now I've got that, my nut comes through, and now I can pull my chain back up to the top. My running loop is now right back where it started, just on the other side. And now my bolt and my nut are ready to be threaded together. And we've solved the puzzle. To undo the whole puzzle, you just do the inverse. Thanks a lot for coming to the YouTube channel. I hope you had fun with your puzzle. By all means, check out our other videos. You can get a link right there. Click on that, and that'll take you to our channel homepage, and you can see some of our product videos. Thanks again for stopping by, and have a great one. Hi guys, we were just about to wrap up the video, and it occurred to us that there's a chance that maybe after trying your puzzle, you've made a bit of a mess of it. You've gotten your chain all knotted, and maybe you've decided that it's gone so far that you got frustrated and gave up, and maybe even you got out your multi-tool and decided to use the pliers to quote-unquote help with your puzzle. Now we talked about that running loop. Well, that running loop's really important for the puzzle to continue to work. So I just want to show you guys the proper way for that loop to go through our washer here, so that you can recreate the puzzle if for whatever reason it's gotten knotted and you've had to take it apart to fix it. So to take it apart, it's pretty easy. It's just a light little chain. You guys can figure that out. So we'll get our pliers and we'll pop one of the links apart, and then we'll just unthread the whole piece. And we're going to work out some of the knots that we put in it. We made a bit of a mess. Okay, so right from the get-go, here's our chain all loose. We used about 2.5 feet, 3 feet of chain. Seemed to be about the right length for this. This is good if you want to recreate this out of wood or make a little project, you know, to play with the kids with. Again, same thing. You can use string and really any object that needs to be facing itself. Sorry, with the smaller nut, facing itself to work. We've seen the same puzzle made with a wooden ball cut in half and a hole drilled through it, so that the two round sides of the ball are facing apart, and the idea is to put them together to make a sphere again. Anyway, you can kind of do it with anything. We, of course, chose to use parts out of our parts bin to make it. So to recreate the puzzle, you want to start with your washer, and all this is really to hold the chain. So you're going to put a loop around the chain, and then you're going to go behind that loop. Let's get this so that you can see it. Let me start that again. You're going to have your washer and your chain. Your chain's going to go up through. You're going to go behind the piece and then back over. So now you've made your running loop in your chain right there. Now after that, it's really just a matter of feeding it through your big bolt, or big nut, sorry, which is really just there to get in your way. So we'll just put the big nut through. And both pieces through. And now we just need to put our, in this case, our bolt with a hole drilled through it, and it's matching that up on the chain. So we'll put that together, and we'll put it together in the unsolved format with this bolt facing away from the nut. So we can do that. Actually, in this case, our chain, I've got that link opened up a little too far, so I'll put them both on one side. Doesn't really matter because we're going to relink this chain. Feed the chain down through, find the link that I opened up, hook it, and then we'll use our multi-tool or pliers, whatever have you, and crimp the chain back down. It's important you crimp this pretty close because, at least in our case, we drilled the hole in our bolt quite narrow. So we get that pinched back down, and there we go. All right, and we're ready to go again. So, just one more time for fun. I'll solve the puzzle real quick. Probably won't talk a lot, but we'll just walk you through it one more time. So, get everything straightened out. Make sure you don't have anything crisscrossed. Get your pieces all there. Find your running loop. Pull your running loop down through. Pass it through your big nut. Pull it down. Get some slack in it. Put it between your two pieces. Once it's between your two pieces, you can start to pull it. Pull it, pull it, pull it. If you did like you'll realize that you got it backwards because your pieces are crisscrossed. So if they're crisscrossed, all you have to do is take your running loop off again, and in this case, pass it the other way. You want to just make sure you don't have any kinks. So this way, now I know it's good because they're parallel to each other. Pull, 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 jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. We get these pieces through, Get our big nut out of the way again. Then we just straighten it out so that all the pieces are there. Pass the one piece back through. All done. Pull it back up. Running loops out of the way. And we're threading pieces on. Thanks again for visiting the Craig Manufacturing YouTube page. Have a great one.